Hi, I'm Dr. Sheila John and I'm going to talk to you about the significant applications of computer in the apparel industry. As we all know, computer has occupied a prominent place in the apparel industries today. You know why? Computer technologies increases efficiency, saves time and produces valuable products as desired by the manufacturer, consumer and the buyer. Computer is an electronic device that accepts data, processes data and retrieves data whenever we need it. In this module, the eminent presence of computers and its applications in the apparel industry is described briefly. At the end of this lecture, you will gain knowledge on the computer applications in the apparel industry, learn the definitions of the functions of CAD, CAM, SIM, ERP, Quick Response System and real merchandising. The role of computers in the apparel industry is witnessed in many areas. They are: number 1, textile design systems. Here, the designs are created for different weaves, knits and prints. Next is a computer color matching system. Here, the depth of the color is measured. It can compare the shade of the dyed fabric with the original sample. It can also suggest recipes with suitable dyes and chemicals. Next is a fabric defect checking systems, where the fabric is inspected for defects with the help of inbuilt scanning device. Another area is garment designing. Fashion sketches can be created in 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional form. 2-dimensional garment designing is similar to the drawing of a sketch in a paper, and the 3-dimensional designing process is similar to the draping of a fabric on a mannequin. The 3D mannequin or the human model then can be animated to perform a ramp walk, and this way 3D garment designing can help us to view the garment designs in all angles. Next interesting application is 3D body scanning. 3D body scanners scan the human body and records the dimensions of the individual. The body measurements of the individual are taken with greatest accuracy, and this enables the designer to create garments with good fit. PDS systems stands for Pattern Design Systems. Using PDS, patterns can be prepared and graded. Marker planning can be done for the graded patterns. With PDS, patterns can be drafted with ease and accuracy. The block patterns or basic patterns can be graded to different sizes like S, M, L and XL. The marker planning or lay planning can be easily and efficiently done in the computer. Next, we have digitizing systems. The digitizer converts some manual patterns into digital pattern. The digital patterns then can be graded and used for creating marker plans. Computerized cutting is another area where the computers play a very important role. Once the computerized cutting or marker plan is loaded in the automated cutting machine, the entire process is done automatically by the cutting head. It does not involve any human assistance. The computerized cutting machine cuts the fabric into pattern blocks exactly as prescribed by the marker plan. Computerized sewing is another area where the sewing machines have programmed operations that can do a set of operations by itself. It will do it when the fabric is positioned on the machine. This helps in increasing the production, and also it aids in improving and maintaining the quality of the product. Made to measure systems. This is ideal for tailored or custom made garments. The measurements of the customers are entered into the system, and the system generates patterns and marker plan for the desired style immediately. This aids in mass production of tailored garments. Computerized embroidery. New embroidery designs can be created directly in the computer. The designs can be modified and tested for various shapes, repeats and color combinations without using the thread. The embroidery is done neatly and in a short period of time. Administration is another important area. The workflow and the entire production plan can be created and maintained in the computer, which in turn helps in effective coordination of different departments. In virtual marketing, consumer gets to see the products displayed before they are developed. We can say virtual products in virtual stores. The internet is a form of virtual store. The designs in the sketch or photographic form are displayed, but the garments are stitched only after the order is placed. Thanks to the quick response system, the designer is connected to the retailer and gets information about the consumer's interest. The response educates the designer to eliminate or replace or prioritize the design, fabric, etc. Quick response system reduces the lead time between the manufacturer and the retailer. I don't have to tell much about the internet and information explosion. This definitely helps the fashion designers, fashion design faculty members, students, fashion leaders and fashion followers to be in line with the latest trends. Now we are going to see about the CAD, CAM, PPC and CAA. CAD stands for Computer Aided Design. CAM stands for Computer Aided Manufacturing. PPC is Production Planning and Control, and CAA is an abbreviation for Computer Aided Administration. They are connected by CIM, that is Computer Integrated Manufacture. We are now going to learn about CIM. It coordinates the CAD, CAM, CAA and PPC activities as depicted in the flowchart. CIM serves as connectivity between departments. The entry of order obtained from the buyer is the first step. The order is shared with the sampling department where the patterns are prepared and graded. A marker plan is also created subsequently. The fabric inspection department shares the number and details of defects, and this helps the spreader to make suitable splices for cutting. Cutting department gets a marker and cutting plan from the sampling section. The plans of all the departments is synchronized. This ensures that the sewing section will have a continuous supply of cut pieces for sewing. The daily updates helps to monitor and implement the plans smoothly. Let's now see the definition and functions of CAD. CAD, the computer aided design, can be defined as an activity where the designs are created using computers. The following are the important reasons why we use CAD. Here, the designer is able to create, recreate or modify designs faster and easier. With CAD, the quality and quantity of the design is enhanced. CAD designs can be stored for a longer period of time without damage, and the best part is it can be retrieved whenever required. Storage of designs does not occupy any floor space. The CAD designs also serve as database for the manufacturing of products through CAM. To name a few functions of the CAD, the number one is creation of designs. Designs for weaving, knitting, printing, embroidery and garment designing in the 2D and 3D form. This can be easily done with CAD. Patterns for garments are drafted using PDS, that is the pattern design systems. Preparation of pattern involves mathematical skills and is a complicated process by nature. Thanks to CAD, this process is made easy. Then, the pattern grading, which is also a complicated process, can be easily done using CAD. An efficient marker plan helps in fabric reduction and therefore the fabric cost. And the marker planning can be done efficiently with CAD. We will now learn the definition and function of CAM. When the manufacturing process is computerized or automated, it is termed as computer aided manufacturing. We will discuss the main areas where CAM is used in the apparel industry. Woven, knitted and printed fabrics are manufactured in computer controlled machines. The fabric roll is measured and the fabric defects are identified in the fabric inspection machines. Bulk cutting is carried out without a human hand and with high precision in the computer controlled cutting machines. Another function is a computer controlled sewing machines where the operator positions the fabric on the machine and the machine automatically sews the fabric. The special functions like buttonhole making, button fixing, bar tacking also can be done very fastly and precisely. Creating embroidery using computerized machines is another important function. The pressing of the fabric under the specified temperature and pressure and finally folding the garment to the required size is made easier thanks to CAM. The fibers, yarns and fabrics are tested for its physical, chemical and color fastness properties in the digitized testing machines. Next we will see the definition and functions of CAA, that is the Computer Aided Administration. CAA is inevitable in the office administration mainly for order processing, purchasing, stock control, accounting, wages and logistics. Let me now brief you on the functions of CAA in the apparel industry. The number one is order processing. The modern apparel distribution centers use computerized storage and picking system and they rely strongly on the barcoding. Computer system permits integration of many of the ordering and distribution process. This system can be standalone or can be integrated with the apparel production and inventory control systems. These systems reduce administrative costs and assure more accuracy in delivering of products to the customers. The number two is purchasing. Purchasing includes the sourcing of fabric, accessories and stationery. This procedure involves the preparation of specifications of suppliers along with the cost for the goods. Accessories include sewing thread, laces, satin ribbon and buttons. Number 3. Stock control. CAA provides information such as past due purchases, part due shipments to customers, out of stock items, overstock items, inventory turnover reports, vendor performance summary and shipper performance analysis. Based on the above information, the storage planning is made regarding the new policies to vendors' information. Number 4. Accounting. Computerized accounting reduces the work of an accounting by inputting the data only once. When done manually, the double entry system is followed. The accounting programs in the computer automatically provide the reports like trial balance, balance sheet, sales analysis and many more reports. This relieves the accountant from the strenuous and monotonous job. Number 5. Personnel management. CAA aids in maintaining a digital service register which shows all the details like joining dates, training period, termination date, and so on. The job profile, pay details with the revisions, and performance appraisal are frequently updated. Number 6. Marketing. Marketing strategies are developed based on the data available and the market need. It includes operational control activities, scheduling of sales, promotion activities, sales details, and customer details. The data on sales, consumers, marketing personnel can be analyzed using statistical tools, and the same can be presented in the form of bar diagrams, pie diagrams, and so on. So far, I was talking to you about CAD, CAM, CAA. Now, I will brief you on the meaning and functions of PPC. PPC stands for Production Planning and Control. The production planning and control is more effective with SIM, where all the activities of the concern are computerized. The company's topmost priority is to manufacture the goods ahead of time prescribed in the order. The production plan covers all the activities of the concern and schedule or sequence of work, whereas it will go without breaks and overlaps. This also includes the arranging of man, machine, and resources in right time, right quantity, and right quality. It starts with design department because it holds standard designs and the pattern pieces, graded patterns, and the marker plan. The cutting plan and the daily production plan, that is the number of pieces to be cut and the number of garments to be stitched, and all the other relative activities like pressing, packaging can be planned accordingly. The computer analyzes the time of delivering the goods from the date of production. It can analyze the floor production speed and performance against the estimate. In the case of stock control, a computer program can be used to assess the most economic, maximum, and minimum quantities of materials to hold, bearing in mind the capital cost of storing, the amount of money tied up, and the heat, light, and space of buildings involved. It will also consider the probability of being able to supply a customer's demand at any time. In today's fast changing world, it is important to know about quick response system (QR). Marketing is basically satisfying the needs and demands of the consumer. The gap between the manufacturer and the consumer is long and sometimes longer. When a style is rejected by the consumer in the market, the information should reach the manufacturer so he can stop or modify the style. The delay in information causes a huge loss. Quick response system reduces the lead time between the manufacturer, retailer, and the consumer. Therefore, consumers' acceptance or rejection immediately reaches the manufacturer, and the manufacturing process is planned or changed accordingly. The connectivity between the retailer and the manufacturer may be done through internet or even cloud computing. One other important term is enterprise resource planning, commonly called as ERP. ERP is management software which has proved to be highly beneficial to the apparel industry because it yields process improvement, creates database for all activities, reduces cost, aids in strategic planning, and above all, it gives the exact status of the production at the touch of the button. Decision making becomes easier at any point of time as the facts are instantaneously obtained from the ERP software. Basically, the ERP integrates all the activities of the company starting from the raw material purchase to the packing of garments. ERP aids in the maximum utilization of the available resources, man, machine, material, money and time. Thanks to ERP, the breaks in between the processes are controlled and monitoring job becomes more effective. Last but not the least, we are going to learn about real-time merchandising. In real-time merchandising, the entire focus is on the customer. We can very well state that the primary aim is to give the customer what he needs and sometimes what he dreams too. And for this, the company uses all the means of computer connectivities like desktops, laptops, mobile phones, tablets, etc. The recent trend is using cloud computing. In real-time merchandising, the stock inventory remains updated. When the customer places order, the existing size is customized. For example, a stock of 10 to 20 styles of salwar kameez is maintained, and when an order is received from a customer, existing salwar kameez is altered to fit the customer's body measurement. The time and the place of delivery of goods calls for strategic planning, which involves skilled people, machine and the latest computer technology. This is a challenge of real-time merchandising. So far, I was talking to you about CAD, CAM, CAA. Now, I will brief you on the meaning and functions of PPC. PPC stands for Production Planning and Control. The production planning and control is more effective with SIM, where all the activities of the concern are computerized. The company's topmost priority is to manufacture the goods ahead of time prescribed in the order. The production plan covers all the activities of the concern and schedule or sequence of work, whereas it will go without breaks and overlaps. This also includes the arranging of man, machine and resources in right time, right quantity and right quality. It starts with design department because it holds standard designs and the pattern pieces, graded patterns and the marker plan. The cutting plan and the daily production plan, that is the number of pieces to be cut and the number of garments to be stitched, and all the other relative activities like pressing, packaging can be planned accordingly. The computer analyzes the time of delivering the goods from the date of production. It can analyze the floor production speed and performance against the estimate. In the case of stock control, a computer program can be used to assess the most economic, maximum and minimum quantities of materials to hold, bearing in mind the capital cost of storing, the amount of money tied up and the heat, light and space of buildings involved. It will also consider the probability of being able to supply a customer's demand at any time. In today's fast changing world, it is important to know about quick response system QR. Marketing is basically satisfying the needs and demands of the consumer. The gap between the manufacturer and the consumer is long and sometimes longer. When a style is rejected by the consumer in the market, the information should reach the manufacturer so he can stop or modify the style. The delay in information causes a huge loss. Quick response system reduces the lead time between the manufacturer, retailer and the consumer. Therefore, consumers' acceptance or rejection immediately reaches the manufacturer and the manufacturing process is planned or changed accordingly. The connectivity between the retailer and the manufacturer may be done through internet or even cloud computing.